Here now is U.S. Senate candidate, former Arizona National Guard General, and Air Force veteran General Mick McGuire. General, thank you so much for being here. Share with our viewers this showdown. So Governor Ducey has said we're not going to give COVID funds to schools that mandate masks. The federal government is saying you won't get the money. What's going to happen?
Yeah, good morning, Pete and Rachel. Thanks for having me. This is another example of the Biden administration's overreach of federal control into local issues. You know, you mentioned I just retired as the commanding general of the Guard and the state emergency manager, and we understood as we went through this crisis that it was local control, state management, and federal resourcing. You saw with the unconstitutional mandate that was just struck down. You saw it this week with Biden when he stood up and said to all Republican senators that if you don't vote to break the filibuster and for federal control of elections, that you're un-American. And this is authoritarian behavior. And here in Arizona, we know local control is the best way to manage this. And they're threatening to sweep the funds, Pete.
Yeah, General, it's very interesting what the government decides to get involved in and what it doesn't. So here's the government deciding to torture children with masks that aren't going to do a darn thing to them. And meanwhile, they're doing nothing at the southern border. In fact, that's hurting kids through the sex trafficking trade. And hurting families in Yuma and across the border. What are you going to do when you get into the Senate, or if you get into the Senate, to deal with all of this overreach of the federal government, but also what they're not doing?
Well, thanks, Rachel. Well, you know, as a mom on the school issue, parents are in the best position to determine what their children need for help. And their local doctors, local public health officials, local administrators and teachers. Parents are in the lead in that situation. When I get in the Senate, the border is a federal issue. You've got to build the wall, secure it, surveil it, and enforce it. It's got to get done now. It's a federal responsibility. The federal government needs to stay out of things like who should be in school with masks on and who's working at local establishments and how they're managing that through these 100 employee mandates that they're working through, and do their job, which is enforce the border and keep our communities safe. That's why I'm running, Rachel.
Yeah.
Imagine that, a senator that actually understands the difference between the federal government and federalism. That would be very nice to see. General Mick McGuire, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Pete. Appreciate it. You guys have a great day. And I'd love all your viewers to go out and visit my website at electmick.com. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mick. Appreciate it so much.